Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my eFootball journey. I wanted to do this video and play a bit whilst we're doing the video of kind of the last sort of 72 hours of eFootball, really. I've been doing some streaming, been doing some good stuff with it. And I'm trying to almost,
nice interception.
I want to discuss whether you should download it, should you buy it, should you be involved with it, should you put effort and time into it. Now, I feel like the only way that we can kind of start this journey is to discuss the journey that eFootball has taken. Obviously, it was PES, and Konami came out and said, we're going to scrap the PES way, we're going to do things, and we're going to go for a more free-to-play model, which when it first was announced was absolutely stunning. I was like, this is amazing. Let's get that ball out. It was a great way of getting people involved,
long ball out to the right,
and to give people the option of being able to play a football game, which is great because, as we well know, FIFA costs a lot of money. And we're going to name FIFA in this, and we're going to discuss, that sort of stuff. So FIFA does cost money. It's £50 a year. It's a huge investment in coins, Ultimate Team, yada, 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 yada. So what does eFootball give us that's different? Now, when it first came out, it was released to probably what has been one of the worst video game releases of all time. I can only liken it to... He's beaten. I can only liken it to Cyberpunk. For the way that the game was released. And Cyberpunk came out badly. Which, if you go back and read the reviews for that, was awful. The visuals were awful, the gameplay was awful, and people just didn't like it. Which was a shame for me because it had so much potential. PES in itself is a good game and has been since the early days. And when you take away a community of people's game and say you're going to do something new and bring out a game that's really poor, you're going to expect a lot of hate. Now, what didn't come out was Master League. It was 6 teams, 8 teams, and they were planning to bring out this version 1 release in the fall of last year. Now, what happened is that it was taken away from, basically out of everyone's hands. Oh, he's missed it. It was taken away out of everyone's hands because Konami actually said, look, we're taking everyone's feedback and we're taking it on board, and we are not going to release version 1. We're going to go away with that feedback, and we're going to change everything, basically. Now, what happened was...
Oh, what's he done? He's through. It's Cavani.
Oh, he's missed it again. Edison. So they've taken their feedback and they've gone, okay, we're gonna change it up. Now, there's a lot of things online that will be a lot more in depth than I'm going to go into right now. But basically, what it was them saying, we've screwed up, which is fine. So what does is that? Right, if he don't stick this away. He's at the post. You're having a laugh. So, what Konami have said is, look, basically, let's change this. 6 months. Let's fast forward 6 months, and version 1 came out on the last Thursday, and it's brilliant. They've got the makings of a really good, solid football game. They have put a lot of effort into character models, gameplay, which apparently I'm not very good at whilst I'm trying to talk and think about what I'm going to say, which is fine. They put a lot of thought into the actual fluidity of the game. PES always on the pitch has been a good game. And they've taken that and put it into this Unreal Engine now. And the graphics are absolutely stunning on the PC. What else they've given us is the ability to... hit Beckham with that ball. It's given us the ability to play a free game and really, you know, it's free. Download it, play a game. If you hate it, go back to FIFA.
And he's picked out the runner.
And that's kind of where we're at with it in terms of how good it can be. But what you can do is seriously, you can create some really good footballing moments, and you can create some really good build-up play, and the tempo of it. Although some of the passing seems a little bit... The passing of it seems a little bit... What's the word I want to use? Almost like you're trying to move a brick at times. And then sometimes it just feels so fluid and fast. And it's almost like you're playing a Premier League game. But there are problems, as you've just seen there. There are issues with this game. This game's nearly finished. There's still things they need to fix. There's still things they need to do. And it's not perfect, but it's good. If you like setting your team up, changing your team around, trying to find a good starting 11, knocking the ball around on the field, try not to, you know, I think the best thing for me to say is as well is I've been a FIFA player since 2016. I played FIFA 22, and it came to a stage where it almost became as much a Street Fighter contest as it did a football match. Because if I knew the combinations to do the skill moves, I could win the game, right? And I wasn't fast enough to do those things. I like to play, you know, passing football, and I like to get the ball on the deck and knock it around. I like to look for the through balls. I like to, you know, think about tactics. If the guy's beating me on the ground, I want to think, you know, if I change it to a long ball game, am I going to have a better chance? Which is probably what I should have done in this match. And FIFA never gave me that option. Yes, there were certain things you could do. Yes, there were ways you could do that.
Ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
But FIFA never gave me the option to do that. What FIFA gave me was skill moves. Now, that, and I mean that from a competitive level, because as soon as you got to Division 4, Division 5, skill moves were the key to winning a game of FIFA. So, I ended up becoming very jaded, very anxious about playing it, and thought, you know, it's about time we try something new. And eFootball came along. Does eFootball tick all those boxes I just said? Yes, it does. And no, it doesn't. Is it the end finished article? No. Is it the game that you want to play for a football match? Yes. Is there still work to do? 100%. Is that... Oh, there you go, we finished. Is that work going to take time? Yes. Are they putting lots of effort into it? They totally are. They've just announced today that, well, there's going to be an announcement this week that we've heard that there's going to be an update in May. They've gone out and they're adding face scans all the time. I mean, we've only got to look at these graphics right now that I'm showing. Are absolutely fantastic. Does it feel... Would I pay for it is the question. Yes, I would. Yeah, I would. I would pay for it as it is. I wouldn't pay a lot, but I would certainly, you know, if Master League was there, I would pay more. Now, what I want to do is really show you the progression that we can do. So, here's what we're going to do. If I go out and get David Beckham in FIFA, and I'm only going to use him as an example because I have him, my David Beckham is going to be the same as everyone else's David Beckham. And this is where I think it wins for me. So, let's flick through these and I'll show you the progression that we can do. This is my David Beckham legend, and I'm just going to show off these graphics as well because it looks fantastic, right? These player cards are great, and I've seen a lot of hate for the color scheme and all that sort of stuff, but it looks really cool. Now, if I look up